Okay guys, Sean here, and today we're going to talk about Black Clover chapters 205, 206 and 207. Though the principal reason why I made this chapter was to review chapter 207, but because I haven't talked about Black Clover in a while, I just decided to combine these and make one full chapter review. So to be honest, I have been reading the chapters but haven't had the time to review the chapters, so I'm not lagging behind and I think I'm fully caught up. One of the issues I had with chapter 205 was the manner in which the demon was talking. It appeared he seems to assume that the power of Licht and the first wizard king Lumiere were able to destroy magic from the other world. I think at one point I felt like he was instantly meaning that their magic had assumed properties from the other world, but having read chapter 207, I believe that's not the case. Then he was still overpowered because he was able to take out Lumiere's arm and still able to wield his own against Licht and the bunch. So granted, the demon is very strong, and I believe that his otherworldly magic doesn't do him any justice because it pretty much doesn't do much as of chapter 205. But in chapter 207 we see that he can actually use it to create some sort of leech-like or eel-like substance from the outgrowth of that plant, if that is a plant indeed. So it's kind of a very interesting ability because it can actually, suck the living life out of you. But the problem is when characters that are quite overpowered fight against it and try to resist it, it seems they are able to damage it. So it's not as hype as it was shown to be when it actually took out Yami's arm. And we've also seen that probably because of Chala, Yami was able to be safe for a while and they have been under the growth, and it pretty much didn't do much against them, though I think it was draining the mana on the barrier they placed around themselves bit by bit. It still wasn't lethal enough to break the barrier and damage them. So it shows that the magic still is kind of rough and not as potent as it was shown to be. Then we've also seen that demon-like magic can actually attack it since demon magic is from the other world, not to mention the fact that Asta's demon has been confirmed to be different from the demon bird. There is still speculation as to the identity of Asta's demon. Then we see that Licht's Wrath of Sephira is an overpowered ability, but because of the world soul magic, which is the ability I believe the demon has as his trump card, because no matter how much damage he has, the moment he actually talks himself out of it, he's able to get out of it. But I believe that there will be complications when it comes to that. Now we've seen that he's claiming that Asta's anti-magic sword could break his trident, which could resist bend space. By bend space, I was assuming that he was meaning that Licht's ability was able to bend space, or was he talking about Yami's dimensional slash? But at the end of the day, you see that Yami used his dimensional slash before he revealed the trident, so it makes no sense to include Yami's dimensional slash into the picture. So what I was thinking was the fact that he was talking about Licht's Wrath of Sephira attack, and that is indeed interesting. But that was just the tip of the iceberg, because it appears Yuno gathered mana from his allies as well and created the spirit magic sword of Zephyr, and Asta as well has upgraded his anti-magic sword. I don't believe that's a spell, I believe that's an innate ability of the anti-magic sword, that is the Demon Slayer sword. I believe that's an innate ability of the sword, because we've seen that Licht's swords seem to have unique properties and abilities, and each sword has an ability specific to it. But now, because it is an anti-magic sword, the ability would be the anti-magic version of the sword. I mean, the moment Licht used the Wrath of Sephira on the demon, he turned behind and looked at Asta, who was trying to come up with something as if to indicate that Asta is onto something important. And I believe that these power upgrades would probably be lost at the end of this arc, because these guys have shown tremendous amounts of growth, and I don't think it would be rational to let them continue in this light, because if that's the case, then they'll just be so overpowered that I don't think even captain level mages will be able to stand close to them. There's still the obvious question as to why Yami's dark magic works on the demon, and I believe that there is a reason why Yami still could use one-dimensional slash, probably Asta and Yuno slash the demon, and even though the attack seems fatal, he still tries to talk his way out of it using word soul magic. Then Yami comes in with the dimensional slash and finishes him off in a final blow. But then if that's the case, then who's going to be the final antagonist? Because we've rounded up the elves arc, we've rounded rounded up the backstory, we've rounded up with everything that had to do with the magic stones and all whatnot regarding League, Petrie and the else, and I don't just see how things are gonna go forward from here. So I really expect Tabata to round up this arc in a conclusive way so that it could actually pave the way for our heroes to move into the next kingdom, because we've actually fought some of the Diamond Kingdom mages in the Clover Kingdom but have never gone to the Diamond Kingdom before. I mean, in the anime I think there was some sort of should I say filler where Salim of the House of Hafshas was stated to belong to the House of Hafshas, which served directly under the Heart Kingdom. So if that's canon, then that could actually pave the way for us to also visit the Heart Kingdom as well. And there's also the enemy to the Clover Kingdom, that is the greater threat, which is the Spade Kingdom, and is by far the strongest kingdom. So I believe that this arc has paved the way for many openings in the manga, and I believe that Tabata would utilize all what he can in order to make the manga go longer. So we've seen that there are gods, seemingly, because Sephira seems to be an entity and he blessed the elves with the magic power they have. We've also seen that there is some sort of demon hierarchy, because the demon, when he's fighting Asta, he definitely states that he does not know who the demon in Asta's grimoire is, and he wants to show him that he is superior to the demon. And it could be that Asta's demon is by far stronger than him, and I think that this arc has shown us quite a lot, and we now know that demons can use magic as well. So this begs for the questions as to what actually resides in the demon world, and that demon hierarchy could actually be one of the reasons why Asta's demon seems to use a magic attribute that is just unconventional and so broken. So this might actually mean that Asta's demon is a higher ranking demon, and that's why he's able to use anti-magic. Then we do not know the demon's name, and I would like to also know Asta's demon's name as well. So let me know your thoughts about these chapters. They've been amazing, and I think that in the next, let's say 10 to 15 chapters, we can actually conclude very well and obviously have a time skip if that is the route Tabata wants to take, or at the very least move forward in the right direction, which is exploring the other kingdoms, because I don't see what we could do in the Clover Kingdom after all this mess has been handled. So let me know your thoughts about this. I believe that Petrie will leave, and probably Yuno and Asta will get drawbacks to their overpowered state right now. Maybe Yuno loses his elven possession, and Asta probably could get a drawback for pushing himself this hard over time. So we also know that the demon in Asta's grimoire is reacting to the other demon, which is a master demon. So this could actually end up being a drawback if Asta moves out and we see that this arc is concluded and the demon stops reacting since the master demon is taken out. So let me know your thoughts about this. I hope Tabata concludes really well and much hype. I think that there's still going to be chapters where we would be this high in Black Clover. I expect them to move to the next kingdoms and see what is the threat the Spade Kingdom has that has the Clover Kingdom, you know, frightened at their military might. So let me know your thoughts about this chapter in the comment section. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'm really happy you guys turned into, you know, get my own version of the chapter reviews. Thanks for the support. Let's move on, and yeah, have an awesome day.